My 2-year-old called CPS on me for teaching her basic life skills. My daughter Lily refused to do laundry for weeks. Her room smelled like a combination gym locker and fish market, and she was wearing the same pink unicorn shirt 3 days straight with mysterious stains I didn't want to identify. I'd been patient, really patient. I'd reminded her nicely about the growing pile of clothes in the corner of her room. I'd offered to help her learn. I'd even bribed her with extra screen time. Nothing worked. Finally, I hit my breaking point when she came downstairs asking for money to buy new clothes because everything smells weird. That's when I laid down the law. No more allowance until she learned to wash her own clothes, period. You'd think I told her she was being shipped off to a labor camp. She threw an epic tantrum that would have made a toddler proud, screaming about child abuse, unfair treatment, and how all her friends' moms did everything for them. The works. I stayed calm, which probably made her even madder. I walked her to the laundry room and showed her the basics. How to sort colors from whites, how to read the detergent cap for measurements, how to set the machine to normal wash. Basic stuff that every almost teenager should absolutely know how to do. She crossed her arms and glared at me like I was explaining nuclear physics. This is stupid, she muttered. Why can't you just do it like always? Because you're 12, not 2, I said, and someday you'll thank me for this. She stomped off to her room and slammed the door hard enough to rattle the picture frames downstairs. The next morning seemed normal. She grabbed her backpack, complained about her math homework, and caught the bus like always. I thought maybe she'd gotten over her laundry drama. I was wrong, very wrong. Around 10 a.m., I got a call from the school. Mrs. Henderson, her homeroom teacher, wanted to discuss some concerns that had been brought to her attention. Red flags immediately went up in my mind. What kind of concerns? I asked, already dreading the answer. Well, Lily mentioned some things about her home situation that we need to follow up on. I've already contacted the appropriate authorities. My stomach dropped. What authorities? Child Protective Services will be visiting your home this afternoon to investigate reports of child labor and unsafe living conditions. I nearly dropped the phone. I'm sorry, what? But Mrs. Henderson had already hung up, probably to document our conversation for whatever file they were building on me. I spent the next few hours pacing around my house, looking at everything through the eyes of a social worker. Was there anything that could be misinterpreted? The knife block on the counter? The cleaning supplies under the sink? The fact that sometimes I asked Lily to help with dishes? At 2 p.m. sharp, there was a firm knock on my door. I opened it to find a woman in her 40s with a clipboard and a very serious expression. Miss Walsh, I'm Sandra Mills from Child Protective Services. We need to discuss some allegations made about your daughter's living situation. I invited her in, my hands shaking slightly as I offered her coffee. She declined and got straight to business. We received reports that you're forcing your child to perform dangerous factory work with toxic chemicals and withholding her allowance as punishment for refusing unsafe working conditions. I stared at her for a full 10 seconds, processing what she just said. I'm sorry, factory work? That's what was reported, yes. May I see where this work is taking place? Still completely baffled, I led her to our laundry room. She looked around at our standard washer and dryer, the bottle of regular Tide detergent, and the basket of Lily's still unwashed